Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Jane and Alex podcast. I am Jane, and as always, I am here with the wonderful Alex. How are you doing today, Alex?
Hello, Jane, and hello to all our listeners out there. I am doing fantastic today. Thank you for asking. The sun is shining, I've had my morning coffee, and I am ready to chat. How about you? How is your week going?
Oh, my week has been interesting. Actually, that is a bit of an understatement. It's been a little chaotic, to be honest. But, good chaotic. Mostly.
Good chaotic sounds like a very diplomatic way to put it. What happened? Anything related to our topic today?
Funny you should ask. Yes, it is directly related. So yesterday, I was trying to call my dentist to make an appointment. You know how much I hate making phone calls in English, right? It still makes me nervous.
I know, and that is completely normal. Many of our listeners feel the exact same way. Speaking on the phone is one of the hardest things to do in a second language because you can't see the other person's face or lips moving.
Exactly. So I was already nervous. I had my little script written down on a piece of paper. Hello, I would like to schedule a checkup. I dialed the number, the phone rang, and someone picked up. I immediately launched into my sentence. I said, "Hello, this is Jane. I need to see the dentist as soon as possible."
Okay, good start. Clear and direct.
Well, there was a long silence on the other end, and then a very confused man's voice said, lady, this is a Pizza Hut."
Oh no, you called a pizza place instead of the dentist.
Yes, I was so embarrassed. I turned bright red, mumbled sorry, and hung up immediately. I didn't even wait for a response. I just panicked.
That is a classic wrong number situation. And honestly, Jane, don't worry. It happens to the best of us. Even native speakers dial the wrong number all the time. But that brings us to our topic for today, the wrong number call.
Yes, today we are going to talk about everything related to wrong numbers, how to handle them if you make the call, how to handle them if you receive the call, and some funny vocabulary related to phone mistakes. Because let's be honest, handled correctly, it's just a small mistake. Handled poorly, it can be very awkward.
Absolutely. So let's break down your situation first. You dialed the number, or maybe you misdialed. That's a good word for our listeners. To misdial means to type in the wrong numbers on the keypad.
Misdial. I definitely misdialed. I think I swapped two numbers by accident. So when the man said this is a Pizza Hut, I just hung up. Is that rude?
Well, it is a little bit rude, yes. I understand why you did it. Panic is a powerful feeling, but the polite thing to do is to apologize briefly before hanging up. Imagine being the guy at the pizza place. He answers the phone, hears someone talking about teeth, and then click, the line goes dead. He's probably confused.
You're right. I feel bad now. What should I have said instead?
A simple apology works best. You could say, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I think I have the wrong number," or "My apologies, I misdialed." And then you wait for them to say, "No problem," before you hang up.
I think I have the wrong number. That sounds easy enough. But in the moment, my brain just froze. I think that is the biggest problem for learners. We know the phrases, but when the pressure is on, we forget them.
That is why we practice. So let's role play that scenario again. I will be the Pizza Hut guy. You are Jane calling the dentist.
Ring, ring.
Okay, deep breath. Hello? I would like to make an appointment for a dental checkup.
Sorry, ma'am, but this is a Pizza Hut. We sell pepperoni, not root canals.
Oh, I am so sorry. I must have dialed the wrong number. Have a nice day.
No problem. You too. Click.
That felt much better. I must have dialed the wrong number. I like that phrase. It takes responsibility for the mistake.
Exactly. And notice how I said no problem. It's a very casual, friendly way to accept an apology. Now, let's flip the situation. Have you ever received a wrong number call?
Oh, yes. Actually, I used to get them all the time on my old landline. Do people still have landlines? I don't know. But I remember once a woman called me at 7 a.m. on a Sunday. I was asleep.
Oh, that is the worst time for a wrong number.
I answered, very sleepy. Hello? And she started screaming at me. She was shouting, "David, where are you? You were supposed to be here an hour ago."
Wow, she came in hot. What did you do?
I was so confused. I said, I'm not David. I'm Jane.
Did she believe you?
Not at first. She thought I was David making a joke or pretending to be a woman. She said, "Stop playing games, David." It took me about a minute to convince her that she had called a complete stranger.
That is awkward.
When you receive a wrong number call, usually the person is not screaming. Usually they ask for someone, like, is Mike there? Or can I speak to Sarah?
Right. And if I am not Mike or Sarah, I usually say, I'm sorry, there is no one here by that name.
That is the perfect response. There is no one here by that name. It is polite, formal enough for a stranger, and very clear. Another common phrase is, I think you have the wrong number.
Sometimes people argue with you, though. They say, is this 555-0199? And if that is my number, what do I do?
That is a tricky one. If they dialed the correct number, but they're looking for a person who doesn't live there, we say that the person has the wrong number for the person they want. You might say, yes, this is that number, but there is no David here. You might have an old number for him.
That happens a lot when people change phone numbers. You inherit someone else's problems.
Exactly. I once got a new phone number, and apparently the previous owner was a very popular guy named Steve. For 3 months, I got calls and texts for Steve inviting him to parties, asking for money, or just checking in.
That sounds annoying, but also kind of funny. Did you go to any of the parties?
I was tempted. Hi, I'm not Steve, but I like cake. No, I didn't. But this brings up another modern aspect of wrong numbers, text messages. I feel like wrong number texts are more common now than calls.
Definitely. I get texts sometimes that say things like, hey, are we still on for tonight? Or don't forget to buy milk.
There is a very popular internet slang phrase for this. If someone texts you and you don't know who they are, people often reply with, new phone, who dis?
New phone, who dis? D-I-S?
Yes, it is slang for who is this? It's a bit of a meme now. I wouldn't use it with my boss, but with a friend or a random wrong number text, it's funny.
I usually just text back, sorry, wrong number. Simple and boring, I guess. But sometimes people try to start a conversation anyway. I saw a story online where someone texted a wrong number about a Thanksgiving dinner, and the stranger replied, can I still come? And they actually became friends.
That is a famous story. The grandma texted the wrong teen and they have had Thanksgiving dinner together for years now. That is the wholesome side of wrong numbers.
I love that. But there is also a dangerous side, right? We should talk a little bit about spam calls and scams, because that is a type of wrong number that isn't really a mistake.
Very true. This is important for our listeners living in English-speaking countries. Sometimes you get a call that seems like a wrong number, but it is actually a robocall or a scammer.
A robocall is when a machine calls you, right?
Yes. You pick up and a recorded voice says, we have been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty, or something about taxes.
Ugh, I hate those. I get them all the time. What is the best way to handle those? Should I say, I think you have the wrong number?
No. With robocalls or suspected scammers, the best English phrase is nothing. Just hang up. If you speak, the computer registers your number as active and they will call you more.
That is good advice. So silence is golden in that situation. But going back to genuine mistakes, human errors, what about butt dialing? That is a hilarious term.
Yes, butt dialing, or sometimes pocket dialing. This is when your phone is in your back pocket and you sit down and the pressure accidentally hits the buttons and calls someone in your contacts list.
I have done this. I butt dialed my boss once while I was at the grocery store. He just heard 5 minutes of me buying vegetables and humming to myself.
That is mortifying. Did he mention it the next day?
He sent me a text saying, Jane, I think you are pocket dialing me. The music in the store sounds nice, though.
At least he was nice about it. So if you catch yourself butt dialing someone, you should send a quick text immediately after you hang up. Something like, so sorry, my phone pocket dialed you.
That explains the weird call without making it awkward. I like that. So we have misdial, butt dial, pocket dial, and wrong number. Are there any other specific terms?
There is the term crossed lines, but that is very old-fashioned. It used to happen with old telephone systems where you could hear other people's conversations. It doesn't really happen with cell phones. However, we do have breaking up.
Breaking up? Like a relationship?
No, like the signal. If you call a wrong number or any number and the connection is bad, we say, you are breaking up. It means the audio is cutting in and out.
Okay. So if I call the Pizza Hut man by mistake and I can't hear him well, I could say, sorry, you are breaking up, but I think I have the wrong number anyway.
You could. You are combining all the lessons today. I love it.
Let's talk about the anxiety again for a second, because I think that is the root of why I hung up on the Pizza Hut guy. I was afraid I wouldn't understand his response. When you realize you have the wrong number, you feel like an intruder. You interrupted someone's day. That is a very empathetic way to look at it, Jane.
But remember, a phone call takes 5 seconds to answer and hang up. It is a tiny interruption. Most people aren't angry, they're just indifferent. They want to get off the phone as much as you do.
That is true. They aren't sitting there thinking about me for the rest of the day. They probably forgot about it 10 seconds later.
Exactly, unless you scream David at them at 7 a.m.
Yes, she was memorable. I wonder if she ever found David.
We will never know. But for our listeners, here's a challenge. If you ever make a wrong number call in English, try to stay on the line for just those extra 5 seconds to apologize. It is great practice for thinking on your feet.
Thinking on your feet. That means thinking quickly in the moment, right?
Yes, reacting to a situation immediately. It builds confidence. If you can handle a wrong number call politely, you can handle almost any basic phone conversation.
I guess it is a low-stakes situation. If I mess up the grammar while apologizing to a stranger at a Pizza Hut, it doesn't matter. I will never see him again.
Precisely. It is the perfect training ground. Now, Jane, before we wrap up, do you have any tips for checking a number before you dial to avoid the mistake entirely?
Well, obviously, check the number carefully, but also I have started saving numbers immediately in my phone with a name. I used to write them on scraps of paper, and my handwriting is terrible. A 1 looks like a 7, a 0 looks like a 6. That is how I ended up calling the pizza place.
That is a very practical tip. Input the contact directly. Also, if you are calling a business from Google Maps or a website, most smartphones let you just clip the phone icon. That prevents misdialing completely.
Technology saves the day. But if technology fails, just remember, so sorry, wrong number.
Simple, polite, and effective.
I think I am going to try to call the dentist again today. Hopefully I get the actual doctor this time.
Good luck. And if you get the Pizza Hut again, maybe just order a pizza. It's a win-win situation.
That is dangerous advice, Alex, but I like it.
All right, let's do a quick recap of the key vocabulary we used today for our listeners.
Okay, first we had to dial and to misdial. Dialing is pressing the buttons, and misdialing is making a mistake with the buttons.
Then we had hang up. This is the phrasal verb for ending the call. Don't just say close the phone. We say hang up.
We also talked about robocalls, those annoying automated spam calls.
And the funny ones, butt dial or pocket dial, which is calling someone accidentally by sitting on your phone.
And finally, the polite phrases. I think I have the wrong number. Sorry to bother you, and there is no one here by that name.
Perfect summary. I hope this episode helps you feel a little less nervous the next time you have to pick up the phone in English.
Yes, don't just hang up and panic like I did. Be brave, say sorry, and then hang up.
What about you, listeners? Do you have a funny wrong number story? Did you ever text the wrong person something embarrassing? We want to hear about it.
Oh, please tell us. Leave a comment down below. Reading your stories makes me feel better about my own mistakes.
And if you enjoyed this episode, please make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us grow and reach more English learners like you.
We release new episodes every week, so turn on that notification bell so you don't miss out.
Thanks for listening, everyone. Good luck with your phone calls.
Bye, everyone. Talk to you soon.
Goodbye.